live from Liberty Park in the great city of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. It's time to wrap up this evening's slate of SFL action. It's the Denver Nightwings who have flied east to take on the Sioux Falls Sparrows in a battle for the skies. Hello and a very warm welcome. My name is Michael Torello. Happy to have your company and happy tonight to have the company of Anthony Ellison. Anthony, these two teams could be going in very different directions. Sioux Falls has made the playoffs 2 out of the last 3 years, but they stand at 0-2. Denver has missed the playoffs the last 4 seasons after winning 2 titles, but their trend could be on the rise with a mostly rookie roster.
Yeah, absolutely. Denver is coming out strong on defense right here. It only takes 1 game for Sioux Falls to get back into the win column right here. Just got to focus up right here. We're looking forward to a good football game.
Meanwhile, Denver, despite being 1-1, has struggled offensively, averaging less than 100 yards per game, both rushing and passing. That pales in comparison to Sioux Falls' 237 passing and 137 rushing. Anthony, what needs to happen tonight for Denver's offense to get going?
Right here, you got to come out early, running the ball, establishing the field advantage early and often. And the biggest thing for both teams is not turning the ball over.
Sparrows have turned the ball over 11 times in their first 2 games, that being losses to Houston and San Diego. They will start with the ball first to the all-black, trimmed in white and yellow, as Ryan Davis brings the ball up near the 40. Nice return for the rookie. Here's the Sioux Falls offense. Quarterback Julian Tyree. Running back Jason Williams. Fullback Charlemagne Cornelius. Wide receivers A.J. Warren, Joseph Baudet, Ryan Williams, and Kay Marion. Tight ends Eddie Maddox and Ben Harrison. First play from scrimmage for Sioux Falls. We're quickly falling behind in a division that both includes the Minnesota Legend and the Indianapolis Ramblers. First play is a handoff to Jason Williams, who sheds a couple of tackles and picks up 7.
Right there, you had them in the backfield right there. Got the wrap up on the tackle behind the field. Can't let them get extra yardage.
We see Julian Tyree, the SFL's all-time leader in passing yards, completions, and attempts. Overtook Matt Wilson earlier this year for the #1 spot. Handoff to Williams up the middle. Jason Williams, not a bad career himself. Over 11,000 yards on the ground. He sits at 6th all-time in that category. First down for the Sparrows. Just outside the 50 at the 47-yard line. This will be the first pass for Tyree. Floats it over the middle and too far in front of A.J. Warren, incomplete. Here's the Denver defense. Robert Brady, Hugo Reynosa, Gerald Cumbus, and Brenda Puff on the defensive line. Luis Quintana, Dusty Killebrew, Stephon Forge are the linebackers. Kippa Jones, Nick Kindler, Luke Schreider, and Raska Santagria are the corners. Lucas DeVore and Strike Vader are the safeties.
Showing blitz.
That's Quintana crowding the line up from middle linebacker. They do send him on a 5-man rush. Tyree rolls away from it and fires a strike to A.J. Warren, who pushes forward to the 32 for a big Sparrow first down.
Absolutely love it. Running back picking with that block on the edge. They did send a little pressure up the middle, but they was able to block everyone right there. Had time enough to get the ball down the field. Beautiful execution.
And that's a great read from Tyree as well, knowing the pressure's going to come up the middle and rolling away from it. Efficient drive for Sioux Falls for the moment. It's a draw play to Williams, and he's tackled quickly by Strike Vader. Pick up a 5.
And that hole opened up right there because he was able to get the ball down the field with the passing. So you got to have a good balance here so you can have what you want to in the running game.
Expect to see more running here with the Sparrows set up in the I formation. Williams sheds one tackle, tries to bounce it outside of the 20, turns the corner at the 15, and gets pushed out at the 11-yard line. Another Sparrow first down.
Yeah, this is exactly what you want to in the first drive right here. Beautiful kick-out block from the fullback right there. Was able to break, once again, 2 tackles to get that extra yards. Denver needs to wrap up, or this is going to be a difficult game for them on defense.
We've seen early on in the season, Anthony, that running backs very good at shedding tackles and getting yards after contact. Inside the 10, Williams with some great blockers in front of him. It's going to be a first down, and he's going to be injured on the play.
Oh, no.
We saw this earlier with Ike McBride going down for Carolina, and now another team has lost their running back early on.
You absolutely hate it. You don't want anybody to get hurt in this game, especially with a hot start going on right there. Hopefully you can get back into the game quickly.
We've got Sioux Falls set up inside the 1. They can technically get a first down without getting a touchdown, but I'm not sure that's very likely. Tyree under center will hand it off, and it's a touchdown for Sioux Falls.
Right there, beautiful run play. I love the blocking up front. You gotta love it. The will to get into the end zone by the offensive line, pushing the Denver defensive line back enough to get that touchdown.
Davis pressed into service as the backup running back, and I think we saw an offensive lineman as well in there at fullback. We've seen a couple of teams, specifically Indianapolis, experiment with some offensive and defensive linemen in the backfield early on in this season.
It's definitely something to keep an eye out for. Definitely, if you can get a little bit bigger up there to get a push, it's definitely helpful to get that touchdown.
8 plays, 62 yards. Quick shout out to the stats crew tonight, Justin Reside and Ricky Robinson, handling statistics for us. Thank you, gentlemen. On a beautiful night in Sioux Falls. Denver down 7-0. They're going to get the ball for the first time in a offense that has struggled for yards but not struggled for points. Bailey O'Shaughnessy, their running back, is number 1 in yards and carries, so expect to see a lot of the Barber number 30. The rest of their offense looks like this. Gene Struthers at quarterback, Bailey O'Shaughnessy running back, Ari Mills at fullback, Alex Jackson, Logan Keel, Jeremy Mosley, and Dylan Lewis at wide receiver, Keith Wheeler at tight end, along with Chris Alter. Those 2 rookies, along with Alex Jackson, make up the 3 rookies on this offense. O'Shaughnessy up the middle, 5-yard pickup, and I spoke about this in the open, Anthony. This is a very young team with 10 rookies overall.
Yeah, so it's going to be a lot of growing pains, but it's going to be a lot of excitement right here. You're going to see them grow in front of our eyes each and every game.
We've seen good performances early on this season from the likes of Strike Vader on the defensive side, and Alex Jackson as a wide receiver. O'Shaughnessy fighting towards the first down marker. Going to be 2 yards short. Here's the Sparrows defense. Nick Fargo, James Kelly, Mike Waggoner, and Johnny Van Man on the defensive line. Jason Strongbow, Marcus Benson, Stuart Gotts as linebackers. John Barnhart, Nathan Barnett, Terrell Davis, and as corners, Jay Ringgold and A.J. Levy as safeties. 3rd and 2. They go back to O'Shaughnessy. He finds the smallest of holes through the offensive line and picks up a first down by a 1/4 of an inch, if that.
You know, Denver wants to run the ball. They want to run it through O'Shaughnessy, and that right there is a will. Oh, looks like we got a flag.
And Sioux Falls is going to challenge that. He did look short on initial viewing. We will see. Let's take a retroactive look at the play presented by Retroid. Get your SFL console at goretroid.com. This will give us the best look at it. Oh, that's close.
Ooh, looks like he got stuffed right before the first down.
Here is the call. And it is short. So Sioux Falls defense gets off the field with a 3 and out.
That was a big call. Great job by the coach to call up to the booth, see if it was worth doing the challenge, and it did. And right there, that turned a first down to a 4th down right there. So that's a big call.
That's owner head coach Jason McGee. And also defensive coordinator A.J. Levy. Punt is away for Denver. Sioux Falls going to get the ball back up 7-0. Space for Davis to run, but he's not going to get very far. Sets up on their own 23-yard line.
And like I said in the opening, it only takes one game to get Sioux Falls back in there. Great stop on defense. Now just continue what they did on offense. Run the ball effectively so you can be able to do a play action and stretch the ball down the field with your passing game.
In Sioux Falls' first 2 games, they've lost by 23 to San Diego and 25 to Houston. They've just kind of been outraced in both of their opening contests. They sit 27th in the league in total offensive rating. But right now looking pretty good, up 7-0 halfway through the first. Handoff, Williams got caught behind his offensive lineman and taken down by Dusty Killebrew for a loss of 1. And we're gonna go to Cameron Irvine in studio for all the SFL news that's fit to print.
Thank you, Torillo. 4th and inches for Houston, down 7-3 in the second. Okay, we'll go for that, no problem. How about Mike Ryan on a toss gets a stop for the Ramblers? They are up 7-3 in the second quarter in a defensive battle in Houston. Back to you, Mike.
Thank you, Cam. Right here, it's Anthony Ellison and myself, Michael Torillo. Davis took the handoff or pitch that time with Jason Williams still battling an injury. Setting up a 3rd and 8. This will be the second pass of the game for Jason Williams coming up here. 4 wide, twins to either side. Against the 4-man rush, Tyree rolls to his right, throws deep down the middle, and overthrows his intended receiver. So both teams trade 3 and outs.
It looks like right there, Denver had a identity. They didn't want them to gain rushing yards. They want a passing situation, and that right there was a good stop is what Denver needed.
And with Jason Williams out, Sioux Falls may have to change its offensive identity to a more pass-heavy style than running the ball.
Yeah, and that's going to work well for Denver because Denver loves to get interceptions. They love to defend the pass, so that's going to be in their favor.
Julian Tyree, of course, 11 interceptions so far on the young season. Dead last in the league. And Denver, top 3 in total team interceptions. They've got 4. Luis Quintana, Stephon Ford, Kippa Jones, and Luke Schreiner all have 1. On Sioux Falls' side, Jay Ringgold has 2 picks early on in the season. Decent field position for Denver. White helmets, white jerseys, blue pants for the Nightwings on the road. A pitch to O'Shaughnessy, and he's not going anywhere. Marcus Benson with a huge tackle. 2nd and 11.
Yeah, they were sniffing that play out from the start. They are trying to avoid O'Shaughnessy to break loose right there. That's a beautiful tackle in the backfield for Sioux Falls.
This time, Struthers to pass, and he goes down. Nobody saw James Kelly from the blind side, and it's 3rd and 16.
Beautiful swim move right around the tackle right there. The quarterback didn't even get a chance to set his feet right there with a beautiful sack. That's a big play right there for Sioux Falls.
Third and a country mile here for the Night Wings, as their offense is still struggling to get anything going here in the early going of this one. They'll send Mosley in motion to make it 2-by-2. It's an all-out blitz from Sioux Falls, and it does the job. Gene Struthers overthrows his intended receiver, and it's a second straight 3-and-out for the visitors.
That's a great defensive call right there for Sioux Falls. Bring pressure so they don't have time to set up those long, deep passes for Denver. They're coming out very strong right here in this first quarter.
2 straight punts for the Night Wings, as we have the potential for 2 very defensive contests here in the evening slate. Keeping you up to date on other results today. Florida beat Atlanta 42-28 in a high-scoring contest. That continues Atlanta's early slide this season. Carolina edged Queen City 19-17. And then in 2 higher-scoring games in the middle block, Mexico City continues to struggle. They dropped to Portland 37-34, and Canton handed Motor City their first loss of the season 27-24. Here it's 7-0 Sioux Falls, 4:08 to go in the first. Weak side handoff to Davis, and he's tackled after a short game by Killebrew.
I like the game plan for Sioux Falls. They know that they had a little trouble throwing the ball in the games before, so they said we want to run the ball, we want to chew clock, so less time for Denver having the ball, and we're going to play good defense.
2 tight ends stacked up to the right-hand side here, Maddox and Harrison. They'll run the ball that direction, and oh, look out! Davis barrels over Killebrew and scampers down the field for 20-plus yards close to midfield.
Ooh, right there, dropping the shoulder, laying the boom on the defender. This has been a problem so far for Denver, is tackling the defender on the running back right there. What a way to get the extra yard and laying the boom.
And a little bit of payback for Davis, because he was tackled pretty easily by Killebrew on the previous play. From the 46-yard line now. Sioux Falls keeps the drive alive. Pitch to the strong side left. Davis breaks one tackle and can't get away from Quintana. If you're new to the SFL, welcome. It's football for everyone here in the Simulation Football League. Get off the sidelines and start your player today by joining our Discord server at simulationfl.net. Click the Join the Community button and begin your career, or just meet the stars of the SFL on and off the field. It's never too late to get involved. 2nd down and 9. Tyree looking deep. Caught by A.J. Warren, dragging defender to the 32-yard line. 1st down, Sioux Falls.
And that right there is just textbook. When you've been running the ball so well, what happens right there is you can sneak a receiver behind those linebackers because they're watching the running back. And that was a perfect window pass right there. Right behind the linebacker, but right in front of the safety.
Just over the outstretched fingertips of Luis Quintana, the rookie, pick number 35 overall in this draft. 5 rookies for Sioux Falls. Ryan Davis and Eddie Maddox are the rookies on offense, as the other Davis takes it up the middle for a dive of 6.
Great balance on offense right now for Sioux Falls. Denver needs to do something more aggressive. You need to get a stop right here.
We've seen Sioux Falls dial up some blitzes. Let's see if Denver responds in kind. And they will. And Barry Davis behind the line for a 2-yard loss.
Great stop right there. This is a 3rd down. This is a big play right here. You don't want Sioux Falls to keep on getting the momentum right here. Denver knows that they need to knock down the ball if this is a pass.
3rd 5. Really, if you're Sioux Falls here, you've got the world is your oyster. They choose to pass. Tyree forced out of the pocket. He's going to try and scramble for it, and he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. A beautiful tackle by Stephon Forge, making plays 2 downs in a row.
And that could have been scary right there. You don't want your quarterback to be just running for his life right there. You want to throw the ball away. You know you're already in field goal range right there. Thank goodness that wasn't a fumble or anything, so hopefully they can get the 3 points. Oh.
Here's Zashti Black in his 4th season as kicker for Sioux Falls. Puts this field goal up, and it is good. The Sparrows take a 10-0 lead. But considering the state of the game here, Anthony, that could be a positive for Denver as they got a half stop.
Yeah, especially because of the way Sioux Falls was moving the ball and then breaking the tackles, to be able to stop them from getting in the end zone again. Now, if I'm the defense running back to the sideline, I'm pepping the offense up. I'm talking to the offensive line and saying, hey, we got you a stop. Help us out.
Yeah, special teams, says Cliff Allen in the chat. Good to see you, Cliff. We've also got Bailey O, Joseph Clausen, and many others here watching us on a Saturday night in primetime. Denver still looking for something on offense. Will take over. Still no first downs this evening for the Night Wings as we have just a minute to go in this first quarter. It's been all Sioux Falls early as the Sparrows try to put one in the win column here early on of the season. O'Shaughnessy on a draw, breaks away from a tackle and has wide open space in front of him. Inside the 30, 15, 10, 5, one play. Bailey O, a don't you know touchdown.
Whatever the defense said to the offense when they came back to the sideline, it looked like it worked right there. That is a thing of absolute beauty.
All it took was one broken tackle for Bailey O'Shaughnessy, and he saw green grass, and he has the speed to get there. 6th rushing touchdown on the season for Bailey O. And the only problem I can think of for Denver is that their defense is sitting on the sideline going, hey, you couldn't have given us a longer rest there, guys?
But they have to be absolutely excited right there. A big play, that's what they need. They're going to go back out there. They're going to play defense. They might be a little tired, but you know what? This is the perfect time to get the oxygen going on the sideline. But you're right there. You got 7 points now, so you got to go back out there and get another stop.
62-yard run for the touchdown. Thanks, Justin Reside, who's on stats today along with Ricky Robinson. Sioux Falls going to start on their own 27-yard line under a minute to go first quarter. Still waiting for one of these returns, either kickoff or punt, to be taken back to the house. We know it can be done. Tyree on first down. The ball is tipped and incomplete. It was tipped at the line of scrimmage by a defensive lineman. And it's 2nd and 10.
And you saw it right there. The pressure from Denver got to the quarterback a little bit sooner than he wanted to throw the ball. But that's what Denver is looking for. Right now, Sioux Falls, don't forget your running game has been doing a great job.
Another rollout for Tyree. This time the pass rush doesn't get to him, and it's complete to K. Marion. How about that for a nice pickup of 20-plus and another first down?
Oh, and you got to love it. He threw it from the 3/4, kind of like a sidearm, right around the jumping defender, was able to get it to the tight end. Gets to the receiver right there. That is a great throw and a great catch.
And a great route, little inside-outside motion from Marion. who's in her 6th season in the league, 5th with Sioux Falls, looking to get to her 2nd All-Star game. Was an All-Star last season. Tyree, 3rd straight throw, 2nd straight completion. This time it's the fullback, Charlemagne Cornelius, bullying defenders to the Denver 30.
Ooh, it was a nice little wheel route from behind the line right there. Got right past that linebacker, and great throw once again. They're still grooving.
Not often do you see a fullback in space like that with the awareness to make the catch and shed the tackle afterwards. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. We got a good one here from Liberty Park in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. It's the hometown Sparrows 10, the visiting Denver Nightwings 7. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube. For all league highlights, photo galleries, major and minor league stats and leaderboards, community content, and so much more, check out the league website at simulationfl.net, presented by Football Shift. Stay up to date and explore our past, present, and future. Hand off to Davis through the middle. He'll get 4 before being tackled by Nick Kindler.
So once again, Denver is in that situation. You don't want them to push towards a touchdown. Maybe you can push them back to get them out of field goal range, but it's really important to make sure you wrap up and tackle cleanly.
We've seen this two tight end to the same side set before. It was a run last time. This time it's a weak side pitch to Davis. Inside run, tackled by Quintana, gain of only 2.
This right here, you want to get this first down right here. You don't want to settle for another 3 points if you're Sioux Falls. So maybe looking for your tight end over the middle. A good play action, something over the middle. Keep the ball going.
3rd and 4, big play for both teams here. It's Marion in motion who made the big catch to start this drive. Tyree off his back foot and back shoulder completes it to Warren.
Right there, that was a great call right there. What they did was they had 2 routes. They had a out and a corner route, and it looks like the defender went with the out route, so the corner route was open on that play. Nice little high-low situation for a pass.
Sioux Falls in the red zone for the 2nd time tonight. First time they were down there, they got a touchdown. Tyree, middle, deflected and incomplete.
That was a little bit dangerous right there. The sack was coming. They were barreling down. Got to be careful. You don't want to throw that over the middle with 3 defenders there. Luckily, it was knocked down.
Quintana looked like got his hand to it. Now on 2nd and 10, running to Davis, got caught behind the offensive line, and Hugo Reynosa says no, sir. 3rd and 10.
Right there, as a running back, you want to bounce it out. Once you don't want to run into the back of your lineman right there. You want to bounce it out, maybe look to cut it in. Great job by the defense end to contain that area.
Tyree on 3rd and 10, looking end zone, incomplete, knocked away by Strike Vader, the rookie. Keeps Sioux Falls out of the end zone.
And that's a big play by the rookie right there. Almost an interception. Sioux Falls got away with one.
This will be a 29-yard field goal for Zashtil Black. And it's up and good, 13-7. Black only had 2 field goals attempted before this game. He's now got 2 in this game to bring his season total to 4.
And right there, Denver, that is a win for you. You did help out the end zone again. You remember what happened last time on offense? Just have to repeat.
They handed it off to the league's #1 rusher, Bailey O'Shaughnessy, and he took it 62 yards to the house in one play. But after an extended drive for Sioux Falls that ended in the red zone with 3 points, it's time for Denver to respond again. Dylan Lewis on the return out past the 30 to the 34. Like of the game so far? Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The SFL produces over 400 events a year, and there is no one else that gives you more football. Don't miss a minute of SFL or SFLM action and help the channel grow through your support. Nightwings back on the ball. Sitting at 1-1 on the season, beat Tulsa. And lost to LA in a thriller, 30-27. A little bit of misdirection to the backfield, and O'Shaughnessy tries to keep the legs churning, and he does for a gain of 6 yards.
So this is going to sound like the same thing I say for the other team. You got to be able to tackle. You don't want the #1 running back to break a tackle and get out in the open, because he will take it to the distance.
We saw exactly what he can do. 6 carries, 75 yards, 62 of those on that touchdown run. Split back, O'Shaughnessy up the middle, trying to pick his way through traffic. Gets 3 out of the 4 required. It'll be 3rd and inches. Both of these teams, very tough divisions, Anthony. For Denver, you've got the West with Las Vegas and Arizona both out there, as well as San Diego is 1-1. And then for Sioux Falls, you've got Minnesota and Indianapolis in your division. O'Shaughnessy on 3rd and 1. 4th and 1. He didn't get there. A huge stop in the middle by Stuart Gotts.
That is a big time play right here. Now we got the challenge on the field. We're going to have to see if he broke the line, but it looks like Sioux Falls came in to help with the double team tackle, and that was a good play.
This is going to be close for the second time of the game. Let's take a retroactive look at the play presented by Retroid. And it looks like he's short because he's got the ball in his offhand. And that second guy comes in and pushes him backwards.
It's about where the nose of the football was before the contact was made, but I think he's short.
The play does stand. Denver loses a timeout, and Sioux Falls will force another 3 and out. That was a retroactive look at that play presented by Retroid. Get your SFL console at GoRetroid.com. 3rd punt of the game for Denver already, as they fall further behind the 8 ball. Yes, they've held the Sparrows to 3 in their last 2 possessions, but every possession that Denver doesn't score, they're just letting Sioux Falls chip away and extend this lead.
Yeah, it's 3 points after 3 points. You want to get a stop right here. You know you can score the ball on offense if you're Denver, but what you want to do is you want to force Sioux Falls to pass the ball early and not set up easy 3rd downs for them.
Sioux Falls a 6-point lead on the ball. Pitch to Davis, weak side, and he is blown up by Nick Kindler. That was an aggressive tackle.
Yeah, Layla Wood right there, letting him know that don't come that way next time.
Everybody on this Denver defense getting involved tonight. Only 4 players don't have a tackle thus far. Tyree, middle, caught by Warren, and he hangs on through tough contact.
Oh, what a catch in traffic right there. Knowing that contact was coming, Warren is like, nope, I'm going to bring this ball to my chest and bring it down for my quarterback. Those are the plays you need to give confidence for your quarterback right there. That's a beautiful catch over the middle.
Lucas DeVore made the tackle. But not before. A big gainer for Sioux Falls puts them near midfield again at the 44. Handoff, Davis, nowhere to go. Can he bounce it outside? Absolutely not, says Hugo Reynosa. Tyree on a rollout. Pressure in his face, gets the pass away, and it's knocked away from K. Marion, who was the intended receiver. Strike Vader again, who saved a touchdown on the last drive, breaks that one up.
This is the reason why they drafted him right there. Big hit, jarring the ball loose. Almost a deflection for an interception, too. That's a big play from the rookie.
Last season, Sioux Falls top 10 in the league at offensive rating. As this pass is intercepted, going back the other way, it's Kippa Jones, and he's got the speed to go to the house. Tie game.
Woo! We have a ball game here. This is what we didn't want to see for Sioux Falls. Long third down situation. Denver high in the league with interception, jumped in front of that route, and then took it to the house.
Interception number 12 on the season, thrown by Julian Tyree. Second pick of the year for Kippa Jones, and this one goes the distance. And just when we thought, Anthony, that Sioux Falls was going to turn the screws and increase their lead, Denver says, I don't think so.
What they
has
did right,
their first lead of the night.
Stopping the run. It was a long third down situation. Denver knew that Sioux Falls had the pass. Sioux Falls has been having problems with passing these last few games, and Denver loves to intercept the ball. They're ball hawks on that defensive side. So that's all they was waiting for. They jumped that route, and now we got a new ball game.
And even though Denver has the lead, time of possession extremely in Sioux Falls' favor right now. 35 total plays on offense for Sioux Falls, just 13 for Denver. And yet. Sometimes you can have all the control in the world and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's all about the positive yards right there. But once again, big plays can hurt you. Denver has two big plays from a running and defensive side. So it doesn't matter, like you said, about the time of possession.
Now we'll see what Sioux Falls wants to do. Yes, they're down for the first time of the game, but they just threw a pick six. Let's see if they go back to the air. They do. Tyree in trouble, gets the pass away. Caught by Cornelius. That's the second time we've seen that fullback wheel route work pretty well for the Sparrows.
And I love the not afraid to throw the ball after the interception right here. Once again, looks like the similar route from the fullback again. Just a nice little wheel route right in front of the defenders. Good job securing the ball.
At the 49, just shy of the 50, Tyree airs it out. Not sure who he was looking for there. Threw it into no man's land, and it's incomplete.
And you gotta just have to be careful. Don't forget, running the ball got you the 13 point now. Don't forget about that. Hand that ball off.
Tyree, here comes the blitz again. He's forced to move backwards, and he finds Marion over the middle in one-on-one coverage.
Once again, I love the catching traffic by the Sioux Falls receivers. She was fearless right there. Beautiful time in the pocket. Catch right there. Didn't drop the ball. First down. This is what Sioux Falls need to get the momentum back on their side.
From the 50 to the 30 in one play. And Sioux Falls is in business close to field goal range now. Under 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. They're going to continue to pass the ball with Julian Tyree on a rollout. And he's got Marion again on a crossing pattern. First down, Sioux Falls inside the red zone.
I love it, rolling out to the left. So the rush was coming to the right side. He felt the pressure. Once again, she got right behind that linebacker. Was able, like, sticky hands, keeping it in to the body, not dropping it. Loving it.
170 yards for Tyree. 56 of those to K. Marion. Here's a pitch to Davis. He slips away from one. He gets to the outside and is dragged down by the 6-yard line.
Going back to that run right now, Denver was worried about the pass. They had a few more defenders backed off, so that was just an easy play to run the ball.
For the second time of the ball game, Sioux Falls inside the 5. They flex the offensive lineman into the backfield again. They're going to pitch it that way for Davis, and he can't get away from Quintana. Third down.
Good stop right there. I love the 2 to 3 person tackle right there. First defender holds the running back up. The next few take him down.
Different formation now. Split backs, one receiver each side. Linebackers show blitz. And they pitch it to Cornelius. The fullback rumbles his way in for a Sioux Falls touchdown.
He's been all over the place. Been catching the ball out of the backfield, running the football as well. Once again, that was a great pitch and catch right there. A nice little pitch to the outside. They sealed the outside linebacker, so he was able to get to the outside to get a score. And that's the way to come back after a touchdown from Denver. Good job, Sioux Falls.
Great blocking as well downfield from, I believe that was Ryan Davis, the wide receiver out there. Completely took the cornerback out of the play and gave Sioux Falls the lead once again.
Beautiful job by the O-line today. I love it.
Sioux Falls continues to show us new wrinkles in that offensive scheme. And as you mentioned, we've seen Charlemagne Cornelius really step up since Jason Williams got hurt and kind of be a do-it-all guy. He's caught passes down the field. He's blocked for the new running back, Davis, and now he has a touchdown. Denver now down 20-14. 2:38 to go before the half, so plenty of time for the Nightwings to do something here. It is Cameron Irvine, our production manager, tells us Denver has not completed a pass in this ball game so far. Gene Struthers just 0 for 1. Everything else on the ground to Bailey O'Shaughnessy. And he's really only had that one big run. They will run it to Bailey again. Bouncing it outside, stacked up by a wave of black and gold.
For the most part, Sioux Falls has been doing great defending the run, not having O'Shaughnessy go crazy except for that one run.
.215 at the snap. O'Shaughnessy again, this time on a stretch play, trying to get to the corner. He breaks one tackle, but is pushed out of bounds. They're going to give him forward progress of 1 yard back to the original line of scrimmage.
And right there, Sioux Falls said, we'll let you go east to west with no problem, but you're not going to go north. And that's the way to contain the run right there. And now Denver is going to have to pass the ball.
It's really difficult to get those stretch plays to work as we hit the 2-minute warning here in the first half. Denver has used the big play to stay in it, but this game has been dominated by Sioux Falls so far. Can the Nightwings change that? Find out right next on the SFL, presented by APM Music on YouTube. Michael Torillo, Anthony Ellison are the voices you're hearing tonight. Justin Reside and Ricky Robinson on stats. Cameron Irvine, producer extraordinaire. 3rd down and 10. Struthers looking, intercepted, and racing back the other way. A.J. Levy, the Hall of Famer, puts Sioux Falls in position to extend their lead before the break.
Yeah, Struthers did not see him right there. He was sitting right in that hook zone, exactly where he wanted to throw the ball right there. Big time play. We have a lot of clock left before the half. Sioux Falls can go in there and get a demanding lead before the half.
First interception all the season for Levy, who is top 3 in the league all time. Top 5 in the league all time in that category. It's now 78 interceptions. He's top 3 all time in tackles with 1,492. Closing in on 1,500 tackles. We'll have to keep an eye on that statistic for you today. Ooh. Pass out into the flat, finds Marion for a 9-yard gain.
So it looks like that got to be careful right there. That linebacker was sitting on that slant route. But once again, a great secure catch, and the ball keeps going for Sioux Falls.
All 3 timeouts at 1:30 to work with. They got plenty of time to run the ball at their leisure. Pitch, weak side, no sir, says the defender Dusty Killebrew. Timeout.
Great tackle.
And that's smart by Sioux Falls, not letting the clock run too much. They don't want to run out of time and not be able to kick a field goal here at the end of the half. All 3 linebackers for Denver creep up close to the line of scrimmage. Tyree gonna throw it back the other way, right where those linebackers should have been, and complete the pass to Marion.
Yeah, and good job getting out of bounds, stopping the clock right there, and the ball keeps moving for Sioux Falls.
I love that adjustment by Tyree to notice that all 3 linebackers were gonna blitz and to find the quick route that was right in the place they left behind. Warren in motion. Tyree looking, incomplete. Was looking for Marion again, who kind of deserves a touchdown for the work she's put in this first half, but it is not to be this time.
Yeah, I like it that they went right back to her right there. Almost caught. That's a good route design right there. So they got 2 more downs.
5 wide on 2nd and goal. You got 2 timeouts as well. Very aggressive here for the Sparrows. Middle linebacker coming in on a blitz. Tyree sees it, throws it to Marion underneath. Short. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 4 after another Sioux Falls timeout.
Maybe you wanted to see that route go a little bit deeper towards the end zone right there. Gives a timeout for Denver to stop the clock.
Again, 5 wide. 3rd and goal from the 4. Warren makes it 4 receivers on the right-hand side of the formation. Marion in one-on-one coverage to the bottom side. Tyree looks to the bunch side, and it's incomplete. Nick Kindler with the vital intervention, and Denver holds inside the 5.
Ooh, that could have been bad. That could have been 6 going the other way. Looks like you had somebody in the back of the end zone right there, but that was almost a pick 6.
He was looking for Joseph Burnett. Would have been the first time he had caught a pass in the game. With just 1 minute and 1 second left of the first half, it's going to be another field goal for Sioux Falls, their 3rd attempt of the game. This one a chip shot for Zastel Black. And I'm going to say it again, Anthony, because it bears repeating if you're just joining us. This game has been dominated by Sioux Falls outside the pick six and the 60-yard run for Denver. The Nightwings pretty much have nothing. They've only run 16 total plays and have 74 total yards. 62 of them were on that one Bailey O'Shaughnessy run.
The game plan for Sioux Falls coming in was controlling the clock, and that's exactly what they're doing. Picking up first down after first downs, tough third down conversions they've been doing. They've been playing solid defense. They had a hiccup from time to time, letting some big plays for Denver going. But at the end of the day, they've been controlling the clock, which is really what you want to see.
Now on the flip side, because of those two plays, Denver is still in this ball game and has 55 seconds and 2 timeouts to try and do something here at the end of the first half. But doing something probably means completing a pass, which Gene Struthers has not done so far today. 0 for 2. Meanwhile, Bailey O'Shaughnessy has carried the ball 10 times. It will be a carry for O'Shaughnessy, nowhere to go. The run defense stellar for Sioux Falls today as Cameron Irvine has an update from SFL headquarters.
Thank you, Torillo. This may be the play of the season. Watch Ernest McCray, senior for Indianapolis, number 25, on this interception. Oh, you got to be kidding me. What a play. Diving ahead to just phenomenal stuff. 24-21, they just entered the fourth, and Bailey just got another first down. Back to you guys.
O'Shaughnessy moves the rock. Denver takes a timeout. But if you want anything on this drive, you're not going to get there running the football. Only 1 timeout left and only about 40 seconds left.
And you have to put the ball out there safely.
Is this a passing formation? Logan Keel moves from right to left. Only a 4-man rush. Struthers, quick pass outside. That's the first completed pass of the game for Denver. It is Logan Keel on the reception, the most veteran presence on this Denver team. His 9th season with the Nightwings.
And good for a completed pass, but you need it deeper routes. Right here, you want to push the ball into field goal range. You still need about 15 yards to be safely to kick a field goal.
Gene Struthers looking deep, and the ball is popped out of the hands of Keith Wheeler, the tight end. Knocked away by Jay Ringgold.
And that would have gave you the field goal range you want to, but the safety came up from center field and jarred that ball loose.
It's kind of tough on John Barnhart, Nathan Barnett, Terrell Davis, Jay Ringgold, and A.J. Levy because we really haven't mentioned them at all today because Denver hasn't been throwing, so there's not been much reason to mention the secondary. 5-man rush on a blitz. The pass is away and caught by Dylan Lewis and gets out of bounds with 14 seconds left.
That's great awareness right there to know, 1, I need to get the first down, and 2, where to get out of bounds instead of trying to fight for the extra yards.
He was helped on his way by Terrell Davis. With 14 seconds left, let's see what the Nightwings do here. They line up in I. They do have 1 timeout left. I don't think they're quite in field goal range yet at the 40. Probably want another 8 to 10 yards. They will run it with O'Shaughnessy, and O'Shaughnessy gets nothing. They don't want to waste that timeout. 6 seconds left. They snap it with 3, and they're going to run it again. This time to the fullback, Ari Mills, and they just going to take it to the half. Denver content to not let Sioux Falls get any further ahead than they already are, and we have hit the halftime interval. All Sioux Falls at the break in statistics, but the score is still pretty close, 23-14. Anthony Ellison, your thoughts on the first half?
Sioux Falls came out with meaning. They said we wanted to control the football. We want to play good defense. We want to stop O'Shaughnessy from getting big play after big play. We want to get the interceptions that we need to, and then they came out on offense with an identity on offense right there. I love how Sioux Falls forgot about the last 2 games and came out to play in this first half.
See some of the stats scrolling across your screen. That last drive for Denver to end the half, 7 plays, 32 yards, 2 out of 3 on passing from Struthers. And total stats at the half for Denver, only 106 yards to Sioux Falls is 296. Only 12 passing yards, 99 rushing yards, 23 total plays for Denver, 49 for Sioux Falls. We're going to get an injury update here on the running back for Sioux Falls, Jason Williams, and he is out, and he's going to stay out. The bright side, though, if you're Sioux Falls, is really, it's kind of tough to say you haven't needed one of the best rushers of all time, but they haven't. They've been perfectly fine with Charlemagne Cordelius, the fullback, and Davis, the backup running back.
It's been running back by committee. The whole team said we're going to step up because of the injury right there, and that's what they've been doing.
Here's a big return for Alex Jackson at the 41-yard line. It always kind of trips me up in the Sioux Falls Stadium because they don't have a 50-yard logo. They have 45 and 35-yard logos on either side. But I see the logos and I think they're close to the 50 when really they're not. Denver needs a change of offensive identity, and they need it pretty quickly here in this second half. Down by 9. Look at how tightly bunched the defensive front is for Sioux Falls. They know that they're just going to try and stuff O'Shaughnessy up the middle if he gets the ball. He does get the ball. And he is stuffed immediately up the middle by Jason Strongbow, the team leader in tackles.
Once again, they don't want a big play out of O'Shaughnessy right there, so they're going to go up into the line, and they're going to stop him before he can do anything else.
Tackle number 20 on the season by Strongbow. Quick pass from Struthers into double coverage and incomplete. Terrell Davis batted that one down.
Big time hand right there to knock the ball away. Once again, Sioux Falls has all the confidence right now. Denver is not doing well with the passing, and right now Sioux Falls knows that they have to pass the ball, so they're going to back up there and put more defenders out on the field.
Wide for Gene Struthers, who only has 2 completed passes so far in the game. Going to need a third, but he's not even got a chance to get the pass away because the cornerback blitz from Nathan Barnett worked to perfection.
Perfect play called there. They did not move the protection over. They didn't see the cornerback coming off the edge right there. And that's just a great play call by the defensive coordinator right there, knowing that they haven't picked it up all game. Big time sack. Now the ball goes back to Sioux Falls.
James Kelly also probably credited with a half sack for that one. The defensive end got back there. Another punt for Denver. And it's bobbled and picked up by Ryan Davis. Ooh. Nervy moments for the rookie right there.
Almost a big turnover right there, but was able to secure it. Ooh. Have a talk with him on the sideline.
So Denver's drives today: punt, rushing touchdown, punt, interception, end of the first half, punt. Their other touchdown, if you're just joining us, was a pick 6. Julian Tyree standing strong in the pocket and finding a one-handed catch down the middle for Kay Marion, who has just eaten this secondary alive in this game.
Oh, she is balling out right here. So this is the thing I love about offensive line and protection. Slid over, pick up the the blitzer on the left side to give the quarterback time to find K on the right side right there and breaking over 100 yards receiving. That was just a good play right there. Love the offensive line play right now.
6 receptions on 12 targets for K. Marion. 7 of 13. Tyree rolls away from the pressure, has time to throw, dumps it off short. That's Ben Harrison, the tight end. Third Sioux Falls Sparrow to catch a pass today, joining A.J. Warren and K. Marion. Fourth, Charlamagne Cornelius has a reception as well.
And we're seeing a different quarterback than we have last game right there. So what they did to make sure that doesn't throw a lot of interception, rolling out to the strong side of the field, getting only like 1 or 2 options receiving, easier passes, don't have to throw it over the middle as much. This was a better game plan to help protect your quarterback this game.
Tyree looking, throwing, incomplete. Threw it well ahead of the intended receiver, A.J. Warren, and Rosca Santagria was there all the way anyway.
Yeah, they had that covered and ready.
Last game in the loss to the San Diego Mavericks, that final score 33-10. Julian Tyree was 19 of 36 for 250 yards, 1 touchdown, 8 interceptions. Today, a completely different player. Handoff Cornelius, nothing doing up the middle.
And I want to say great job for the quarterback coach during the practice this week, looking at the previous game and saying, hey, we're not going to have this again. We're going to have plays that will be easier for you to throw, just more high percentage passes to help the team out.
And it speaks to the mentality of Tyree as well, as he drops back to pass again, has plenty of time. Here's it down the field. K. Marion, what a catch at the 5-yard line.
It also helps that you have K. Marion on your team that's going up there and just climbing the ladder and grabbing every catch possible. That helps any quarterback out right there. Breaking the cover 2 defense with a seam route, that's how you do it. Right down the middle. Beautiful throw and catch.
I was about to say the mentality of Julian Tyree, #1 in passing yards in the SFL all time, to not let a pick 6 that gave Denver the lead in the second quarter phase him, to come out and do really well. Here's Davis pushing for the goal line, just short.
They're not going to have a 0-2 start reflect how they are as a football team. And these are some good football teams right here. And Sioux Falls is showing that they can hang with anyone right there, running and throwing the ball, even with their top running back out.
Second and goal. Hand off. Davis diving. Touchdown. They say he got over the line.
Ooh, that right there was all will. Right there, wanted to risk his body jumping over. Looks like the football broke the plane. But once again, that's a great drive by Sioux Falls.
Stephon Forge looked like he was close to pushing Davis back. But you're right, I think the ball did cross the plane on the dive. We won't see Denver challenge. And the extra point is up and good from Black. Now available, free to download. You can play the SFL video game on the go on the Retroid Pocket 3 on emulator for 4K23 in the palm of your hand. Order your Retroid today at GoRetroid.com. Search SFL and download our mod at simulationfl.net/4K23. Retroid, the official console of the SFL. Well, Sioux Falls has turned the screws and is going to make Denver try and win it back on the offensive side. This looks like a completely different team, Anthony, that put up 10 points and 17 points in their first 2 games of the season.
Yeah, this is definitely night and day. but there's still a lot of time left.
They've already doubled their season average in points to this point in the game, which was 13.5. Denver gonna have to throw to get back into it. Gene Struthers right into the hands of Bailey O'Shaughnessy, but he can't make the play as he bobbles it incomplete.
It looks like Bailey was looking towards like more yardage and forgot to secure the ball.
Second out and 10, handoff O'Shaughnessy through the middle, breaks one tackle, gets 4 yards. And this is a Sioux Falls team that is used to winning 7-5 2 of the last 3 seasons, and then 6-6 last year. They didn't miss out on the playoffs on tiebreakers. But they've only had 3 losing seasons in their entire history, which dates all the way back to season 6. They've been to the championship game 2 times. Here comes the rush off the outside corner. It has to be thrown quickly, and it's intercepted by Terrell Davis.
Terrell Davis has been all over the ball. It looks right there that Davis was running the route for the receiver and just had inside position. That receiver had no chance of getting that ball.
The definition of blanket coverage there, Anthony.
Oh, absolutely.
And things going from bad to worse for the team from the Mile High City, down 14-30, and a second turnover of the game. And allowing Julian Tyree to get back to work. That one tipped and incomplete. Dusty Killebrew with a hand on it through the middle.
Right. Sioux Falls is in complete control right here. This has been really, really exciting to see. Denver needs a big play here on defense. The game is not over yet. We have a lot of time.
If I'm Sioux Falls rather, I would expect to come out and run the ball here just to try and start taking time off the clock. I know there's still half the third quarter to go. When you're up by 15, if that pass is knocked to the ground in the middle again, this time by Strike Vader, you got to start trying to think about that clock, because any second Bailey O'Shaughnessy could get hot. Gene Struthers throws a couple of nice passes, and then Denver's right back in the ball game. Tyree, time to throw. Wide open receiver, and wow, Kay Marion just dropped it as that pass was picture perfect.
Yeah, that was a good pass right there. Just took the eyes off of it for just a second and dropped the ball. That's tough.
So after getting the interception, Sioux Falls unable to do anything with it, and they'll try and pin Denver deep with Andrew Warren. His first punt of the ball game from his own 40-yard line, in the air to the Denver 20, and it's fumbled. It's a scramble, and I think it's picked up by Sioux Falls, and it is.
Oh, when it rains, it pours. And that right there was a perfectly timed hit. Like, maybe call fair catch right there. You know, there's somebody within 7 to 10 yards of you. Got to secure the ball. That's really tough for Denver. But Sioux Falls gives you a new life after dropping that third down pass right there. Heading towards the red zone, looking for more points.
I mean, it basically just ends up being about a 50-yard play for Sioux Falls, as they're now at the Denver 20. Tyree looking, throwing, cut by Cornelius, inside the 5, and first and goal at the 2.
Let's give credit here. Tyree's in the pocket, shifting. The offensive line is securing the blocks right there. This is a night and day difference right here. If you want your quarterback to get these great throws down the field, you need offensive linemen like Sioux Falls has right now that is just blocking and picking up every blitz from Denver.
Backing up. Pressure comes. He gets the pass away. And it's incomplete.
Great awareness to see the defensive end coming towards you, was able to get out there, almost a touchdown. But you could definitely feel that that quarterback is feeling it right now.
They do have Davis in the backfield and Cornelius, the fullback, all the way on the right-hand side of the formation. They do hand the ball off to Davis, and he can't get there. Needed two, got one. Quintana with the tackle.
Great stop there. You want to hold Sioux Falls to a field goal. It's really tough right now.
They have stopped him inside the 5 and held him to a field goal before in this game. In another goal line scenario for Sioux Falls, it's a weak side pitch. Davis, a flag comes down, and they're going to get a face mask, and Sioux Falls is having everything fall their way right now.
And for Denver, there's nothing going in their favor right now, which is really tough right there. Face mask call.
Third and goal. Doesn't give him a first down because it was only incidental. Jumbo package to the backfield. And that allows Davis to dive for the goal line for the touchdown.
Once again, it's the push by the offensive line, and Davis was able to find that seam between the left guard and the left tackle just so he could fall forward for the touchdown right there. Another one for Sioux Falls.
And this game may be out of the reach of the Denver Nightwings. 36-14, 4:13 to go in the third. Make that 37-14 with the extra point. And the Sioux Falls Sparrows have been seeing a lot of that beautifully decorated end zone here at Liberty Park today, where they have honored some of their franchise greats. Denver looking for something, anything, on offense right now.
Need a spark coming from the passing game right here. You know you're down by a couple touchdowns, so you might want to mix in more passing than running.
Struthers to throw. Off his back foot. Caught by Jeremy Mosley for a gain of 9. And really what's been impressive with Sioux Falls defensively is that they have dialed up the pressure and not allowed Gene Struthers to be comfortable in the pocket. Even that throw that he was completed, he was on the run.
Yeah, definitely making it unsettling.
And off. O'Shaughnessy first down near midfield. Once again, if you're just joining us and missed out on any of the SFL action earlier today, Florida beat Atlanta 42-28. Atlanta winless so far. Carolina improved to 2-1 and dropped Queen City to 0-2 with a 19-17 win. Mexico City continues to struggle. They lost to Portland 37-34. That was Portland's first winless season as O'Shaughnessy goes up the middle, and we have looks like might be an injury on the field, and it's A.J. Levy, who made one of the interceptions for Sioux Falls, is down and out. The injury doesn't sting as much when you're up 37-14, but still a big loss to lose your captain on the defensive side.
Yeah, you want to make sure that he's okay. Maybe hold him out.
Offset eye hand to O'Shaughnessy through the middle, 3rd and 3, continuing the out-of-town scoreboard. Once again, Mexico City and Portland. Portland won that game 37-34, and the battle for the Golden Dog Bone was won by Canton as they give Motor City, their first loss of the season, 27-24. We're now caught up to date with all the SFL news from earlier today. Once again, my name is Michael Trillo. Anthony Ellison alongside me. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful Saturday night in South Dakota. Underneath pass caught. And a first down for Jeremy Mosley.
Even on those first downs, Sioux Falls is making it hard for Denver to get those big extra yards that Denver likes to do. So Denver's got to look at it, take some shots down the field.
Game plan has been executed to perfection by Sioux Falls today. Really only 2 blemishes, the pick 6 and the big run by Bailey O'Shaughnessy. Both of those in the first half. O'Shaughnessy has been bottled up like that for most of the night. John Barnhart applies the finishing touch.
Besides that big run, Sioux Falls has been, the game plan was to contain O'Shaughnessy. And that's what they've been doing. They said, if Denver's going to score points, it's going to be off the arm and not the legs of O'Shaughnessy.
2nd and 11. Struthers to throw. Again has to roll out of the pocket to buy time. Heaves it down the field, and it's caught. Logan Keel. Touchdown, Denver. What a play by Struthers.
And those are the plays you need. Like I said, we still have a lot of time. We have a whole quarter left, but you had to start taking shots down the field, and it looks like the safety had to pick between the post route and the go route right there and selected wrong. That was a big throw. That's the type of momentum Denver needs going into the 4th quarter.
Really nice pass to connect with Logan Keel, the 10-season veteran of the league. And now Hudson James on for another extra point. Puts this one up in good. 7 plays, 68 yards. But the 2 offensive scoring drives for Denver have both been lightning fast. They've never had anything sustained. The first one, a 62-yard run. That one, a 41-yard pass. It was a 7-play, 69-yard drive, which is the best in the game for Denver. And now, Anthony, how much do you think that fumble on the punt return is going to come back to bite Denver? Because they're an extra 7 points behind. It's making it harder for them to come back. More work to do in the late game.
It's going to be a tougher mountain to climb to come back right there, because if you didn't fumble that ball, you're looking at 21-30, and that extra touchdown, every point is going to count. So right now, Denver has to get a big stop on defense.
We've only seen him do it once. 1 punt for Sioux Falls in the game, and that punt was muffed and turned right back over to the Sparrows. Hand off to Davis. Davis has space, and he's got an 8-yard carry. This 3rd quarter, it's felt like it's gone on for a while. Haven't seen a lot from Charlemagne Cornelius in this 3rd quarter. He's mostly been blocking for Davis when they run the ball, and for good reason, as the backup running back picks up another first down. And Denver is going to challenge the spot of the ball. This is our 3rd challenge of the ball game. And we're taking a retroactive look at the play presented by Retroid. Get your SFL console at GoRetroid.com. It didn't look to me like this was really in doubt. Right there, he looks like he's across the line.
Yeah, it looks like he broke the plane right there, and then forward progress would have gave him the first down.
I think this one's going to stand. On second look, it might have been closer than I initially thought. And Denver's going to get their way. So he did not cross the plane. Sioux Falls is going to have to contend with third down here.
That's a big challenge right there, and that's why they're on the sidelines and we're up in the booth. Looked like he broke the plane, but good challenge by Denver.
Good challenge by Stephon Forge, who's taking over the head coach role for Denver. Owners Jeremy Vega and Kramer Jackman. On 3rd and inches, Tyree to pass, and it's a beautiful high percentage pass right over the middle to the fullback, Charlemagne Cornelius. And we have a game update from Cameron Irvine at SFL headquarters.
Thanks, Torillo. This is how the game ended in Houston. Indianapolis gets cute. Chad Rowland's in the backfield. They try to throw to him, but Tom Tanner, the big defensive lineman, with the pick, and a little too slow, but doesn't matter. Houston's 2-0. They beat Indianapolis 31-21. That is your final. Back to you guys in Sioux Falls.
And Houston started the season in week 1 by laying down a massive score against the Sioux Falls Sparrows. Had a bye in week 2. And now Sioux Falls has put a crooked number on Denver here tonight. And are facing a 2nd and 7 from their own 46. Ben Harrison, the tight end, is the farthest receiver on the left, as this is going to be an intentional run by Tyree. Look at the QB go as he almost spins out of a tackle near the Denver 40, and that is how the 3rd quarter ends.
Woo! Get out of the sack, felt the pressure on his blind side, and was able to run to get that first down with a little shake and bake at the end.
Looking back on it, I'm not sure if that was an intentional run or just a scramble from Julian Tyree. Either way, it's a nice pickup, and we go to the 4th quarter. It's Sioux Falls 37, Denver 21.
Of the Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
Welcome back to Liberty Park in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. The hometown Sparrows in pole position to take their first win of the season and break their duck. Move to 1-2. They got a 37-21 lead over the visiting Denver Nightwings, who would also go to 1-2. Charlemagne Cornelius, the fullback, around the left-hand side, stiff arms a defender and picks up 8 yards. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection. State-of-the-art technology and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. 2nd out and 2 after the fullback run. Here's an inside handoff to Davis, first down, and despite injuries to 2 of their best players, A.J. Levy and Jason Williams, Sioux Falls has controlled the majority of proceedings this evening.
All right, it's time for Denver to get a stop here.
And it feels like this Denver defense has spent the majority of their game inside their own 40-yard line. Pitch out to Davis, breaks a tackle, can't get away from the second one. That's Strike Vader coming across the middle to make the stop.
I feel like ever since the injury, Sioux Falls was like, whoever has the hot hand, that's what we're going to give it to. They've just been balanced on the run and the pass.
Kay Marion's been huge in the passing game. Tyree lets it go, intercepted. Underthrew it, it's picked off by Nick Kidler.
And this is what Denver needed right there. So they had this play a few times, and they have dropped it, or it's been a close call. Right then, the cornerback was sitting on that route and just jumped it right there. Denver, this is the momentum the offense need. is to go out there, but you got to put points up quickly.
Last time out, it was a 40-plus yard pass in the air for Gene Struthers to connect with Logan Keel for a touchdown. Is a comeback brewing in Sioux Falls, South Dakota tonight. Pitch to Bailey O. Tries to bounce it outside. He does. Does he have the speed? He gets past the 50 to the 40 and steps out of bounds at the 39-yard line.
Big run right there by the big-time running back. Was able to bounce outside after making one defender miss. And this is what you need, big chunk yardage for Denver.
Still plenty of time, 8:37 and counting to go. Denver all 3 timeouts. Both teams all 3 timeouts after successful challenges both ways in this second half. We've had 3 challenges so far today, 2 by Denver, 1 by Sioux Falls. Sioux Falls was successful. One of Denver's failed, and one of them was successful. Bailey O'Shaughnessy breaks out of 1 tackle, breaks out of a 2nd tackle, spins away from a 3rd. Bailey O'Shaughnessy looks like he's got the magic back in his boots.
And right there, it shows a little bit of fatigue right there for Sioux Falls, but it's really hard. You got to have more than 1 defender after O'Shaughnessy right there. You got to group tackle. If not, that is going to happen.
.136 yards for Bailey O'Shaughnessy. He's got 462 so far coming into the game. It's an average of 231 a game, so he's way under his season average so far. And he's trying to get through on 2nd and 1, and it's 3rd and 1 as Benson makes the tackle.
And if you're Denver, you got to think about it. Maybe we're going to be in 4-down territory as the clock keeps going.
I think they are in field goal range here inside the 30, but you would want to get the 1st down here, and Bailey O'Shaughnessy's going to pick it up. Got 2, needed 1. Fresh set of downs for Denver, but as they run the ball, the clock continues to run under 7.5, and they are down by 2 scores.
So you don't want to lose your identity, but you do want to score quicker because you got to either think about doing an onside kick or get that ball back.
Check that. They're down by 3 scores. So they really need to go fast. O'Shaughnessy hit the backfield and is going to fall forward for a gain of 2. Tackle made by Strongbow. He leads Sioux Falls on the season, and tonight that's his 5th tackle of the game. Once again, shout out to Justin Reside and Ricky Robinson on stats tonight. Struthers to throw. He launches it, and it's caught in one-on-one coverage. Logan Keel inside the 10.
And that's the chunk yardage that we're looking for right there. You want to stretch the ball downfield. Like you said, you're down by 3 scores, so you need to get big plays right there. That's a nice pass and a nice catch for Denver.
Biff in the chat says 2-score game. You technically are correct. To the end zone, touchdown! Chris Alter, the rookie tight end. How about that for a big impact in his first catch of the game?
And that's a perfect time to get the first catch right there. Love it. Love the route right there. Shield off the defender on that out route. And that is the score that Denver needs right here. Let's see if they're going to go for 2 to make it an 8-point game.
Check that first catch of the game, first catch of the season for Alter. And it's a touchdown. And they're going to go for 1. It's up and good. Wow. Confidence from Denver. If they go for 2 there and get it, it's a 1-score game.
That's Denver saying that our defense is confident enough to stop Sioux Falls. I would go for 2 right there, because even if you don't get the 2-point conversion, okay, you're still going to be in a 2-point ball game, but being down by 9 is no difference between being down by 9 or 10.
Bouncing it outside is the returner. Mays up near the 40. And now Denver's gamble. Let's see if it pays off here. And they've got to rely on their defense to stop a Sioux Falls attack that has been money for most of the night. Six minutes and 12 seconds to go. Expect to see a heavy dose of Davis and Cornelius. Julian Tyree approaching 300 yards passing. Handed off to Cornelius. He's not going to get anywhere. 2nd and 10. K. Marion, the most impressive offensive weapon for Sioux Falls tonight. 134 yards. Unfortunately, doesn't have a touchdown. Did drop a pass in the end zone, though, did Marion. In the air to Marion for a first down. And that might be a backbreaker even with 5+ minutes to go.
That is it's been all day. It's been every single. We've been seeing this a lot the whole game right there. That's a beautiful route design. But once again, the secure hands and the first down, like you said, that could be a backbreaker for the game.
A little bit of scissors action on the route tree there with Ryan Davis completely crossed up the corner and safety on that side. Corners press in, or excuse me, linebackers press in for Denver. Handoff Davis, nowhere to go, tackle by Cummins.
And that keeps the clock going right there. So we're getting closer to the territory of like your timeouts and what you need to do if you're Denver to get the ball back.
Tyree throws back across his body. Ooh. It's caught by Marion inside the 20. Still going to the 11-yard line.
Oh, and I feel so bad. It looks like that route, the cornerback wanted to jump the route right there. But I love the focus of Kay right there, realizing the defender was going to flash in front of her, was able to still secure that catch. And wow, that was tough right there for Denver. Big play for Sioux Falls.
In point of order right now that Denver has their highest scoring output of the season. They scored 27 in each of their first 2 games. Today they've got 28, but it's been the offensive Sioux Falls that have really been the story. Delayed handoff, Davis up the middle, nothing doing.
Yeah, and that was Nick Kindler right there jumping the route on that pass previously. That's something that, you got to go for it. Because that would have been a big play. It was just unfortunate that it went through the hands.
Yeah, he got an interception on the previous drive on a very same play or similar play.
With the double team, 88 at the bottom.
Right now matched up one-on-one against Lucas DeVore. Tyree looking. Oh, incomplete off the hands of Quintana. He already has 1 interception already this season, almost had a second one.
That would have made this game very interesting, and that interception would have happened.
Sioux Falls going for the throat. This time they'll run it. Stretch play to Davis. Santagria is there. 4th down, but the clock runs under 4 minutes as they give it to Zastro Black.
So it looks like a field goal attempt coming up here.
It'll be a relative chip shot, 28 yards. Black 3 for 3 tonight. Nowhere near the long of 46. It's up. It's good. 40 points for Sioux Falls tonight. And that one might just be it.
Right there, this has been from the first play to now, it's just a beautiful execution for Sioux Falls right there. Came out with identity, realizing that last game was in the past right here, and they came out better game plan throwing the ball. Kay has been catching every single thing going her way. Defense has been stopping the big play for Denver. This has just been a complete game for Sioux Falls.
Was out to the 37-yard line, and that may be the straw that breaks the camel's back for Denver. More SFL action gets underway tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. Eastern when the Minnesota Legend welcome the San Diego Mavericks in a battle of two 1-1 teams with high expectations. Can Baltimore stop its slide against Louisiana? Their matchup also kicks off at 9. All that and more Sunday evening on SFL YouTube. Struthers, release valve. O'Shaughnessy spins away from one, gets away from a second, drags a defender to midfield. Commentary crews for tomorrow: Tyler Falk and Brett Solberg of San Diego and Minnesota at 6:30, as the pass is caught by Mosley to the 35. Hurry up offense for Denver here with 3 minutes to go. Struthers throws short, incomplete. Devon Simeon and T-Roy Gaines have recovered for Charleston against Jacksonville at 6:45. At 9 o'clock, Chris Curtis and Jay Hayden have Baltimore and Louisiana. And Andy Hamilton and Mark Lopez take you through the late game with Arizona and Seattle. And of course, it's the Monday Night Spectacular at 7 p.m. Monday. It's Vancouver hosting Vegas with Kevin Irvine and Paul Sarp on the call following this week in the SFL. Into the flat, caught by Mosley. 3rd down and 3 after a pickup of 7. Gene Struthers, only 17 pass attempts, 137 yards. Not been the most banner day for him. But to this point of the season, he's not had to be that bannered, with Bailey O'Shaughnessy doing what he does best. And there's Mosley, almost collided with his wide receiver mate Lewis there, but makes the catch and gets out of bounds for a 1st and goal.
And we've seen comebacks happening with less time right here. That's a good little wheel route, get to the outside, getting out of bounds to stop the clock. This still can happen. Anything can happen.
Only 56 yards on the day. And for a team that only completed 1 pass in the first half, it's been a respectable second half for Gene Struthers. He's alone in the gun. He throws to the goal line. It's caught for the touchdown. Jeremy Mosley finishes off the drive in style. And oh boy, Anthony, here we go again.
Like I said, anything can happen here at the SFL. Right there, that was a quick score right here. We have a lot of time. They still got their timeouts right here. Now you gotta ask yourself, do you want to do the onside kick? Or do you feel confident in your defense and see what happens?
I think they've got to go for the onside kick because their defense, they trusted their defense once, and it didn't really work. So I think they got to go for the onsides. After this, it's a 5-point game. At one point, Sioux Falls was up by 3 scores, and we thought the game was over. And then Denver started the comeback. And little by little, they have chipped away, and the onside kick is recovered by Sioux Falls. Now, that does not mean the game is over.
Exactly.
They need to get a 3 and out. If Sioux Falls gets a 1st down, it's probably over. But even if Sioux Falls kicks a field goal here, you're still only down by 8. Which is why, Cameron Irvine says in the production truck, you don't chase points. Draw. 3 yards for Davis. This is the biggest defensive stand of the game for Denver, and it comes with 2:30 left. And really, they're going to get a bonus timeout because of the 2-minute warning.
Exactly. So this drive right here, this is very important to get the first down because Denver has to start using their timeouts.
Pitch. Davis pushing forward. 3rd and 2. And we will get that pivotal 3rd down play after the 2-minute warning. It's getting good here at Liberty Park. Thank you for sticking around with us. It's almost 11 p.m. Eastern on the East Coast. Thanks for sticking around on a Saturday night. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube. Michael Torello and Anthony Ellison along for the ride in the broadcast booth. Justin Reside and Ricky Robinson on stats. Cameron Irvine, producer extraordinaire. Game on the line right here. 3rd down and 2. Davis following Cornelius into the open field for a 1st down, and Denver has to start using timeouts.
The will to get to that 1st down. I love following your blockers. The kick out from the left tackle right there gave them the opening that they needed for the 1st down.
They're going to continue to run Davis off the bench because of the injury to Jason Williams, and he has performed admirably. He's got 2 touchdowns. He's done the hard work, the dirty work when it's been necessary, and he may have just won Sioux Falls the game. 78 yards on 32 carries and, 3 touchdowns for Stephen Davis. Another pitch to Davis. Dragging Quintana. Timeout Denver, they've got none left.
And we can pretty much say this if they get this 1st down, this might be game.
It will definitely be game if they get the 1st down here. To seal it on 3rd and 3. Davis hit in the backfield, then dropped. Sioux Falls is not going to get there. The clock's going to run, but Denver is going to get the ball back with a chance to tie it.
They're going to have about a little bit over a minute. This is interesting.
Ashtil Black will let this clock run all the way down and hook his field goal inside the right-hand upright. 43-35, 8-point game, 1 minute and 9 seconds to go. Does Denver have a miracle in their back pocket?
This is right here. Sioux Falls can play a little bit loose on the coverage. You don't want to give up anything big. Denver here looking to stretch the field, test out that secondary that has some injuries for Sioux Falls.
It's going to be a return for Dylan Lewis. He's not going to get very far, only to the 27-yard line. That may be the best kick coverage that Sioux Falls has had all game, and it comes at the most important time. So here we go. 1 minute and 4 seconds, no timeouts, 73 yards to Payton. And Gene Struthers is in the gun. Bailey O'Shaughnessy sidecar to the right, 2 receivers left, single right. Struthers rocks back and fires, caught by Keel at the 40. 43-yard line, he's tackled inbounds. Great tackle by Josh Barnhart. They got a race to the line. Struthers will spike it with 50 seconds.
That was a great tackle to keep it inbounds. Denver's looking for more plays on the outside so they can get out of bounds. They don't have any timeouts right here.
I mean, that was a good throw towards the numbers. Just a great tackle by Barnhart to keep the receiver in bounds. Bailey O'Shaughnessy, who dropped a pass when he was wide open earlier in the game, is in the formation as the receiver. 3-by-2. Linebacker blitz. Struthers throws deep. It's caught. Logan Keel to the 30-yard line. 45 seconds. They got to race forward and spike the ball. How fast can they get to the line? Under 40 seconds now. Struthers spikes it with 35. Oh boy, it's getting interesting.
Oh yeah, this is, once again, that was a gutsy throw right there. Throwing it in coverage. What a way to catch the ball. And I really love how they got to the line really quickly to spike that ball.
They're going to need one or two more big passes like that. 30 yards, 35 seconds, no timeouts. This time, it's Jeremy Mosley in motion. Only a four-man rush. Struthers surveys. He throws. It's intercepted! John Barnhart has ended the game. Sioux Falls is going to win their first game of the season in a wild one. 43-35.
They started the game strong, and they ended the game strong right there. It just looks like it was just an overthrow pass right there, and the cornerback was in a quarters coverage, and that was just an interception, and that's how you seal the game.
Well, you got to give all credit to the Denver Nightwings. They never went away. They fought the entire game. They were down big in the middle of the game. Nothing was working on offense. They tried to come back. They got it to within one score. And a last gasp drive comes up just short. Game of the week, Anthony? I think so.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That was from the start to the end. That was a great game. Great job by Denver getting back into the game. This is fun.
An entertaining game for your Saturday night enjoyment. The clock has hit triple zeros, and Sioux Falls no longer has a zero in their win column on the season, as both teams are now 1-2. This was a good one, Anthony. We had a little bit of everything tonight. Good defense, good offense on both sides. Sum it up for us in as few words as you can manage.
Sioux Falls had a game plan, and they stuck to it, and they executed extremely well.
Tyree, not the best night for him. 2 interceptions, no touchdowns, but they leaned on the run a lot. Davis off the bench, 34 carries, 81 yards. O'Shaughnessy, brilliant again, 138 yards. Of course, 62 of them on just that one carry. Kay Marion, 185 yards in the air. Logan Keel, 108 yards. Really solid day in the wide receiving corps for both those guys. Luis Quintana, a lot of tackles. Kelly got back there 2 times for Sioux Falls at key moments. But it's the interceptions. We said it a lot in previous seasons, and we're going to say it again tonight. Both teams kind of lived and died by the interception.
And that was how the game was going. Big interceptions on both sides right there. Obviously, the game ended on a big-time interception. It just, Sioux Falls, once again, they didn't want what happened last game to happen this game right here, so they made it, they executed so well on offense. The offensive line blocked so well. Even with the injury early in the first quarter of their star running back, they came together and played a good game.
Time for Player of the Game Awards. I'm going to give mine to Julian Tyree at 340 yards. Only 2 interceptions. Bounced back from a horrific game last week where he turned the ball over 8 times to lead his team to victory.
I definitely want to give kudos to K Marion on the receiving. Was big catches after big catches over the middle, and was just there for the quarterback when needed.
Once again, your final score, Sioux Falls 43, Denver 35 for our entire crew at Liberty Park in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Ricky Robinson and Justin reside on stats. Cameron Irvine, producer extraordinaire. For Anthony Ellison in the booth next to me, my name is Michael Torillo. Have an enjoyable rest of your Saturday evening, and we'll see you tomorrow for more SFL action.